This Warlock build destroys everything in Onslaught. If you're still after some god rolls, like I was for mine, then you gotta try this in Onslaught. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Cinder, and today we are using one of my favorite builds within Onslaught. And this build all revolves around Stasis and Overcharge Grenade Launcher from the current week in this season. And first of all, we are running Shadebinder with Osmiomancy gloves. And the reasoning is because we are able to utilize 2 Cold Snap Grenades and have infinite Cold Snap Grenades when you directly hit an enemy like a Knight or even a Thrall. And we are also using Ayasluna in this build, and the main reason is, first of all, Headstone allows you to create Stasis Crystals, which we are going to be utilizing for multiple different reasons. And if you guys didn't know, Unrelenting also is able to be used with Headstone, so even when you destroy a Stasis Crystal and it damages or kills an enemy, you're going to be proccing Unrelenting, even if you don't shoot that enemy with your hand cannon itself. We are using Salvagers because, first of all, it has Vorpal, so it'll help us with our majors and bosses. And I also wanted to use Demolitionist, which is going to help you not only regenerate grenade energy, but also reload after every grenade throw. So you're able to constantly reload automatically just by throwing Cold Snap grenades. I'm also using Xenophage, which is going to help with bosses and champions. Within our subclass, we are using, first of all, Healing Rift and Cold Snap Grenade. And the main aspect that we're revolving around is Ice Flare Bolts, where when you throw a Cold Snap or hit someone with your Penumbral Blast and you freeze, it's going to send out additional Seekers that will freeze other enemies. And we are also using Frost Pulse instead of Bleak Watcher, even though Bleak Watcher you could utilize as stasis turrets. I prefer using just the Cold Snap Grenades normally because you're going to be getting a lot more of them, and it's going to freeze more people overall. And Frost Pulse is nice because when enemies do get too close to you, you have an instant freeze if you don't have your grenade or your melee. For our fragments, we are using Whisper of Fissures for additional damage when destroying stasis crystals, and Whisper of Rending, which is actually going to help you get the one shot with your hand cannon on stasis crystals. If you don't use this, then you will have to take 2 shots to destroy the crystals. And then using Whisper of Shards is going to help generate extra grenade energy when using destroying stasis crystals as well. So just an additional thing helping you with your grenade energy. And then Whisper of Bonds is going to give us a lot of orbs because we're going to be freezing a lot of targets. So orbs we're using for super generation, healing, and extra health on demand. For our mods, first of all, we are using Harmonic Siphon since we are able to generate orbs of power with our hand cannon kills. We're also using Heavy Ammo Finder for extra heavy and Power Preservation. This is going to help you make a bunch of orbs with your super for your teammates who are running things like Well and Tether and are going to be using their super more often. On the arms, we are using, first of all, Grenade Kickstart, which is going to help us get our grenades back quicker, as well as Firepower. Since we are going to be freezing a lot of enemies, you will generate orbs from that as well. And then Bolstering Detonation is just going to help us get our class ability back when using our grenade. For chest armor, mostly resistance mods, we are using an emergency reinforcement for additional protection, as well as whatever harmonic or solar resistances you want to use, just based on what activity you're playing. And then on the boots, we are going to be using Better Already, as well as Innervation, so whenever you pick up an Orb of Power, you're getting additional health and grenade recharge. And then we are using Stasis Weapon Surge as well. Since we are constantly picking up orbs, we can make our hand cannon do a lot more damage. And on the Bond, we have Powerful Traction, where you can pick up those orbs a little bit easier by using your Rift. And then Bomber and Distribution, just to help get some of your abilities back from using your class ability near enemies, which helps very nicely when you're using Frost Pulse. For your stats, you want to target 3 main things. The main 3 are going to be Resilience, Recovery, and Discipline. First of all, Resilience is going to help you with just overall damage resistance, and then Recovery is not only for your Rift, but also just to maintain your health throughout fights. And then Discipline is going to help you get your grenade back when you do miss your direct hits with Osmiomancy. Lastly, there are a few artifact mods that are going to be helping this out a lot. The first one being Hail the Storm, where when you shatter stasis enemies and crystals, it will start to spawn crystals as well as help slow targets. And then the second one being Pillar of Ice, where when you defeat frozen targets, it's going to spawn additional stasis crystals, which will just help you get your melee back faster. But anyway, thanks for checking out the video. I'm just going to throw some chill normal mode Onslaught gameplay in the background, and if you guys want, feel free to drop a subscription, as I am trying to get to 1,000, and I appreciate any support on the video. Thanks, and let's get into it. See ya.
You showed no remorse. That's how you should be on a battlefield.